Hey everybody, this is not usually the kind of video that I record. In fact, it's very different from the kind of thing I usually record. It's going to be very ad-libbed, but I really want to do this for a while. I think it's finally time, so I'm going to get going on it. I'm going to be giving you a little Minecraft world tour. This is a realm that I play on with my girlfriend. There are lots of builds around here, lots of stuff to show you. Obviously we've got some maxed out gear. So at this point, it's the world's more about expanding the beauty than playing the game. So we can get right into it. This is kind of like the heart of our compound. You can see it expands a fair bit in a few directions, but this is like the central area. So this, I guess I'll start with this. I'll get a view of it right here. This is my tower, my radio tower. I built this out of copper. However, I did not mine this copper myself. I stole it from a trial chamber that we had explored. And actually my main inspiration to build this was Stranger Things, because Stranger Things 5 had just come out when I built this, and they have the radio tower in it. It's like a big set piece in that season. And I'd watched it with my girlfriend. So, I was inspired, especially because of the new copper grates. I love all this new copper stuff they added. The copper grates especially are really awesome. I really wish, if you didn't notice, this is on Bedrock, but I really wish you could put ladders on trapdoors like you do in Java. That would have really added to this build, but it's fine. It's good, actually. I really like this build. I like the multiple levels there are to it. And when you go to the top, you get a very nice view of the compound. Moving down, there are lots of smaller builds that I may not show just because they're a bit more inconsequential, like this. For example, there are things like this around. You can see going off of the tower, I have some copper chains that connect to some little telephone wires that I made. These connect over here to this area, which I'll show off in a minute, and to the main house, which I guess I could do right now. So this was a starter house I built. This was actually one of the very first builds. Oh, come on. I did in this world. It's made out of strip spruce. I actually do this log cabin design quite often. I like to put signs up. We actually don't go much in here anymore. There's some limited storage, some random malarkey in all the chests, whatever. Got our beds. We've got some pet chickens, Mr. Colonel, of course, all her cats, some items on the shelves, live, laugh, love, obviously. Out the back, this is something that Rowan made. You can see, if you go back here, beautiful picnic area. I love the checker picnic blanket design. She has a little campfire area, which is pretty cute, and she made this very beautiful custom cherry blossom tree, which I love all the particle effects you get here, and you get the little waterway that goes around it too. Very nice build out the back of the house. Up in front of the house, we've got the pond. Now this is kind of natural, it's kind of not. This was originally a little crater, an underground area, if you will, and we filled it with sand. We bone mealed it. We grabbed some tropical fish. We used to have turtles in here, but they are no more. Maybe we'll get some more now that the golden dandelion's in. We can have the baby ones. Those ones are really cute, actually, in the new update. But anyway, this is a nice little pond. It's got all your features in it. It's nice to fish in here. Put some gold down here. That'll be a running theme, you'll notice. I love gold. And in here, actually, we've got maxed out fishing rod, in case you want to do some fishing. I occasionally do, not as much these days. Well, maybe we can get a successful fish. There we go. Got a beautiful cod, raw cod. So that's about the pond. There was some other stuff, but I'll get to it later as it becomes more relevant. Moving this way, this is a piece of infrastructure that we use quite often. This is the storage silo. I built this. I actually really like the design I did here with the trapdoors and the fences. we've got some general storage in here, plus like some other stuff. We have a bunch of copper chests because we used to have copper golems in here, but they kept getting in my way, so I disposed of them. Here's one of them right here. He's hanging out here now. Oh, and these two, these are my sentinels. I do these a lot too because I love armor trims, I love weapons, and I love mob heads. So I build these a lot. You'll see these. This is actually the only mace we have in this world. I don't care to use it. I got it specifically for this guy. And I wonder, yeah, what's it enchanted with? Density, Unbreaking, Mending. It doesn't even have the rare one because I hate getting ominous keys. Not much to show in here. It's just, you know, general storage and whatnot. Down here, this is my utility basement. Well, actually, I'll show this first. This is the iron farm, which happens to be a bit broken right now. I'm not sure why, but I don't really care to troubleshoot it because I'm not hurting for any iron. And the problem with this is that the iron golems aren't spawning where they're supposed to spawn anymore. I mean, they do, but they also spawn outside of it. And I can show you one area where they're commonly spawning in just a minute. This right here is my utility basement. I've got lots of different stuff down here. I've got first of all, iron farm output. Got all my villagers here. Here's my mending fella. I've got, what is this here? Efficiency, silk touch, and unbreaking. These are my guys. These are they're originally people I bought tools and armor from, but I skittered. I eventually just pivoted to just selling iron to them because I get it from the iron farm, which is where, you know, I get all my emeralds from, is from these fellas. This is my utility chest, by the way. You can see by the name. Anvil, first ever pickaxe in this world. I wanted to save it, so there it is right there. What book is this even? Smite. I like to have enchanted books around. You'll see that later. These are two beautiful banners that Rowan made for me. I put those right here. This is okay. So another common theme that will be shown here is something I'm not very proud of, but is not unique to me in Minecraft playthroughs, and that is villager trafficking. This is involved in that. I've got some minecarts and got lava chicken in here. I don't want to listen to it, but we usually keep our music disc somewhere else, but sometimes I like to have a few other ones around. Like I keep Relic in here after I found it in a trail ruin and stuff like that. In here is just a basic enchanting area, not really much more to say about it. Back here through this corridor, I've got my super smelter. I actually have it running right now. This is a very interesting build because not only is it an automatic super smelter, but it's an automatic super smelter that produces automatic fuel, so I never have to refill it. Above ground here, there's a bamboo farm that is constantly running and funneling all the bamboo into these crafters, which are crafting blocks of bamboo and funneling them into the furnace. I know I could put another layer of crafters to make like these bamboo planks, and I know those will burn longer and I'll get more of them, but it's really not necessary, and it would require a very big redesign of the farm, or the smelter, excuse me. Looks like I was doing some clay there, not a whole lot, probably just for pottery. And then you can see it overfills quite often. I would argue that's not a product of how efficient it is, more so how often we use it, but it's not a bad thing to have a ton of extra fuel / wood lying around. So this is kind of our reserve. If we ever run out of wood entirely, which I wouldn't count as likely, but if we do, we've got a ton here because all these turn into 2 stacks, plus a lot of lava. Here's my ender chest, by the way, in case anyone wanted to see all my different gear I keep in here. I've got all the different ingots. This is kind of like a little decoration I did. Whatever this is, resin, brick, nether brick, copper, iron, gold, netherite. So, smelting area. I use this place a lot. In here is a very special area. This is my man cave. Oh, see, yeah, okay. This is the area where iron golems keep spawning, where they're not supposed to. Is my man cave, and I have to dispatch of them. But down here is my little underwater man cave. I have a conduit under the floor in here. You can see there's sandstone over here instead of stand. That's where the conduit is. I've got my prismarine villager Moai head. You can see I bone meal down in here too. I've done a lot of cave terraforming, which is something I'm not very familiar with, but I don't think I did a terrible job. Pots, gold, skeleton heads, emerald blocks. And then the biggest thing is my treasure chest. Oh, not you. My treasure chest right here. Now, you might look at this and be wondering, well, some of it's not treasure. And you'd be correct. Some of it is only treasure by merit of me liking it. Although a lot of it is treasure based off pure rarity. Like, one of my biggest flex, I've got every I've got every smithing template because I love armor trims, of course. So I had to get all of them. And I actually have all these on display. You'll see those later around in the world. But I've got Hearts of the Sea, Nautilus shells, every level of Bad Omen ominous bottles, a bunch of mob heads, just random stuff, Goat horns too. I love goat horns. Oh no. Throw that back in the chest. So I guess while I'm here, I could go up the trafficking rail and show a little bit of what's around in there. It's funny. I call this my underground railroad, not to be like snarky or make some kind of joke, just because that's what it's what it is, And every time I call it that, I'm led to think of the actual underground railroad that has existed in history, that has been neither underground nor a railroad, and was also used for expressly the opposite purpose of what I'm using this for. So, food for thought there. This is departing from that note, this is my villager breeding chamber. This actually used to be a hole, like a cave in the ground. Conditions were very poor in here. I've cleaned it up for them. You can see I've got a lot of librarians in here for some other enchantments I need, some that are more niche, like channeling. I don't know where you run into. I guess he's unassigned. Or like fire aspect or that kind of thing. I saw this on Pinterest. I wanted to put it in, like a little tavern here with a copper golem bartender. He's leaded up behind there because he keeps leaving, and the villagers, you could see, this is one thing I love about villagers, but I hate about them. I can't use things like barrels as decoration because then everyone here is going to think they're a fisherman, except for that guy apparently, and then they all try to jump behind the bar, which I don't want. So what I did was I put honey blocks down here, which they can't jump over, and then they're just stuck, and now they're attracted to the bar and they just stand at it. Got some cups here. This is a piece of turkey. This is modded in. That's Farmer's Delight. We'll get to that later. But yeah, this is my little villager tavern I made for them, and then a little work area that I guess one could argue looks like a prison or a dungeon even. But I put a lot of work into this, and I think it looks nice. Went in to use those new tough blocks they added. There is a split in the. Actually, no. I'll stay up here. We don't have to ride back down. I can take the long way down. The railroad does split paths, but the only other path it goes to is to the nether portal, which I will show off later. So this is the main exit. I have it like this to boat villagers out, kind of like this airlock system. And then you can see it takes you, like that's where we just were. That's where it connected to. So the underground railroad takes you all the way up here. I guess going this way, we can go to this path here. This is the path all the way up to the village that this dungeon is built on top of. You can see it's something of a ghost town over here. There's no active population. That's okay. There was a house right here that I'd originally converted into my breeder, but as I needed more space, I just moved everyone underground, and that's what it became. This trapdoor is actually right above where the villagers are. So yeah, this town is a shell of what it once was. But that's okay. Going down this path that Rowan has made, we have we have a spawner. I wrote these signs here as a joke when I made it because she had been asking me to make us some kind of XP farm for a while. And when I finally did it, I thought this would be a cheeky way to denote it, I guess. But if you take the bubble elevator down, it is kind of a long trip because not only are we on top of a mountain, but the spawner itself is very deep underground. I don't terribly mind because I don't go down there all this often, but it is something of a trip. Like we're just now hitting Deep Slate. Yep, there it is. Okay, there's the bottom. And that's another thing you'll notice. I love little doorbells and jingles. So that's the jingle for come to visit the XP farm, which is here. You'll see over there it's a skeleton spawner, which I'm very happy about. This is my favorite type of spawner. The drops are good. You can get armor and tools and such from them. It's just good in general. I have here a lever that does two different things. Well, it does one thing right now. It turns off the spawner by lighting it up, but it also shoots arrows out of those dispensers, because sometimes skeletons get stuck on top, and so I shoot them down. This way down to the little chamber, you can see there's lots of stuff down here. For one, they're on top of a hopper that I have toggleable because sometimes I don't want it to flow in. And you can see here, I've got this lever. I'll show what all that stuff does. So I'll switch to Skeletron, which is the sword here with Smite 5 that I use to fight skeletons. Or not fight, but I guess you could say kill. So I kill all those skeletons. And collect their drops. Sometimes they go in your inventory, sometimes they don't. I usually use this to repair my tools. But say you just get done with a session, right? You kill a bunch of skeletons. What do you do now? This chest only can have so much storage, and if you'll notice, I don't have like a huge storage silo of bones and arrows here. So what I do is I clear out all the non-stackable items, whether it be bows or armor or whatever they drop. That's what this lava's for. And then you flick this lever, and you see it starts clearing out. The arrows go down to their own, but you can hear with the bones, they enter a pipeline. I'm actually going to do a bit of this, and you can see the bones are flowing underground through a water pipeline, and they go up to a different location that I will show off momentarily. But anyway, you'll see, let me turn this off, that the arrows have their own bulk storage, which is right here. I have a very simple little sorting system back here. This is the redstone for it, if you want to take a look. And all the arrows get sorted into this silo, and all the bones get brought into this little water pipeline that I have here. And then right here I've just got some stuff: anvil, crafting table, ender chest, random junk storage, whatever. Heading back up the skeleton spawner, I can show you where the bones went. So these two buildings right here, this is the bakery and the kitchen. This is where we make all our special foods, because if you didn't notice already, we have a few mods installed, the biggest of which is Farmer's Delight, which adds many more crops. This is because I'm a very big fan of produce. So you can make a lot of interesting foods with those crops, which Rowan wanted to do. So I thought I would build her kitchen to do that. And then she built her own bakery to make the baked goods, and I think both builds look very nice next to each other. There's a cow for milk here. His name is Chicken. I made a little thing of oozing honey here. Just some general stuff. Going into the kitchen, there is some storage here. You can see, yep, these are some of the special meals she made, like ramen, sushi, that kind of stuff. And then here's all the seafood, all the meat, produce, and there's some, I figured there were more prepared foods around, but I guess there's not. That's okay. But you can see all the different stuff that's added, like corn, lettuce, peppers, persimmons, tomatoes, carrots, that kind of stuff. It's a nice mod. It's a nice mod. Down here, behind this little island, is the trapdoor that goes to the basement. And this is where the bones go. The bone pipeline leads up here to this bone silo. And you load the bone meal into this little dispenser here. You grab whatever crop you want. Say I wanted to grow some carrots. Flick that lever. and you can farm a whole lot right away. Originally, I had a crafter over here too, and I was automatically crafting the bones into bone meal and funneling them into this dispenser. However, we don't use this infrastructure nearly as much as we use the bones, or the skeleton spawner, excuse me. So this would overfill quite frequently, so I switched to this, and it can just be filled as needed. So there's that. I'll show off the bakery. Oh, and there's a bed up here because it's just convenient to have those all around. I thought I'd make it like a cute little loft thing. I like it. Over in the bakery here, we've got some different stuff, different jellies, and then here all the baked good cheese made, donuts, cakes, pies, pretzels, churros, cookies. Very nice stuff. And there's like a little cabinet out the front that you can go address your customers with. We've yet to do such a thing. We don't have any customers, but that's okay. Going down here are the farms. I'll skip by these because, you know, they kind of speak for themselves. Tomatoes, persimmons, various berries, wheat, rice, different types of grains. I think we have here lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, peppers, corn, melons, pumpkins, cocoa beans, and potatoes and carrots down here. Leading through the farm, this side is the nether portal, which I will show off after I'm done with this main area. And then all the animals here, part of Farmer's Delight. We've got some turkeys, a little good turkey, but they do attack you. Watch. Look at them, they're all pissed. Over here, we're back to the storage. You can see I've got a little trash can for some junk. We've also got the beacon. Expanding the beacons has been something I've been thinking about doing for a while. It's not that I don't want to fight the bedrock wither. Well, I mean, I don't. But the thing is, I don't feel like collecting the skulls necessary to get the beacon coverage that I would really want here. So this is just kind of for show more than anything. I like having a little treasure pile around it, and I like running fast around it because I always choose speed. This is one of the original trees we grew when we started here. That's why you have wool ornaments instead of something nicer like concrete or whatever. Here's the piss man. He is standing in a cauldron I dyed yellow. It's an armor stand, and his armor has changed variously throughout the years. This is what he currently is. I think this chest plate I got in a trial chamber. There's actually no way I didn't get that in a trial chamber anyway. But here's like a general workstation. I haven't really used this a lot, but Rowan tells me she does, so it's nice to keep it around. Over here, we have this little canal that Rowan built that flows into our pond and up from this waterfall. And then here we have the little animal pen that she made. We have a happy ghast over here. We have another one by our stronghold too, but it's not here. We have some dogs. We've got a skeleton horse and a zombie horse, as well as many, many cats and dogs. There's one in here that's mine that is named Carlos. Yep, there he is. That's mine. That's my Carlos. That's at the behest of my mom that is his name. So shout out, Mom. Up here is a kind of little cool garden area that Rowan made with some mangrove trees and a nice, actually quite a cute custom mushroom there. I really enjoyed that actually. And up this way is the witch hut. Rowan built this and she mainly uses it now. It's just, you know, a place to brew potions. She's got all her ingredients right here. I don't really need to show it off. Like, everyone's brewed potions in Minecraft before. This way is one of my favorite builds. This was done by Rowan. This is the Mushroom Village. She did most of the stuff here. She did all the houses. Some of them are unfinished. I think all of them are, actually. That's okay. We've been working on something else recently. But I think these are adorable. I added here, this was my build. This was the pen for the sniffers. And I really wanted to get sniffers because I really wanted to get the plants that they provide. Particularly the torch flower, I think is quite great. But I also like pitcher pods too. They look like prehistoric plants to me, which I guess is what they're supposed to be, right? They tell them they're like, or they tell us they're like ancient seeds or whatever. A lot of people hate the sniffer and they think it's useless and whatever, and it low-key is. But for the point of the game, actually, for the point of the game that I'm playing at right now, I like having them. I think they're cute, and I enjoyed building this this big mushroom barn for them. I even made them a little pergola out of signs there. Moving down this way, you see this. You can probably already see what's in there. This Rowan made is our wonderful axolotl aquarium, and you can walk underneath, and there's skulk there to look like the stars, and you can see all our axolotls. We don't have the blue one, unfortunately, but we've got every other one. There's some different blocks in here, all lush cave stuff, and it's just a wonderful place to go hang out and think about life and your next build and everything you want to create in this world. And we have all these great axolotls here too. So great build. High roller. Oh my gosh. There we go. Over this way, we've got a little bridge over this ravine. This is a little crane build I did over here, like a mining depot. You can see there's some stuff hanging there. Kind of a small build. Not that I regret building it, but I'm not terribly enamored by it, so we can move on quickly. This is what we've been working on for a while. This is our little village, our little town that we've created. You can see solicitors and their llamas will be shot on site, so, you know, if you're looking to trade some moss blocks, you better take your business elsewhere. Very simple gate I made for it, although, of course, since this is bedrock redstone, it is known to pull you down, suck you in, and kind of kill you. It's done that to a horse a few times. Let's see if I can get it to happen to me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, whatever. It does it. Trust me. Trust me, it does it. Okay, so this is our wonderful little enclosed village. It's all walled in. You can see we've got some market stalls around here. There's some horses and other named pets. This is Reggie. Here is the library. This is the facade for this was done by me. You'll get some more aerial views of it later. But Rowan was going to do the interior here, and I think we're going to place our world map in here too, which is something I've yet to do, but very much want to. Got some benches, some pots. I actually found this one very recently, the Friend shirt. I thought it would fit. Oh, right, I have a sword. I thought it would fit here, since it's, you know, like our village area and whatnot. Where'd I have it? There we go. So here's kind of the courtyard for the town square I did. Here's a fountain. If you flick this lever, nothing happens because they're not loaded in. But underneath these slabs here in the corners are dispensers, and it does a little fireworks show for you. If there were fireworks there, that is. And then there's some villager residences around. They're probably sleeping right now, actually. Aww. Aww. So cute. This is, these are little houses I built for them. I wanted them to all be cozy in here, and I thought I accomplished that. I will say, the design does make heavy use of shelves, which the villagers are known to get stuck on at times. Yeah, see, he doesn't look like it. He looks like he's creeping through the window, but he's actually stuck right now, and I'm not going to help him. Over here is the windmill. Rowan did this. Windmill / animal pen. Here are two baby horses, Gerard and Archibald. Love those guys. Nothing really at the back over here. Oh, besides him, you shouldn't be in the village. You know, as much as I try to light it up over here, there's always been problems with zombies and whatnot. I've already lost a few important villagers to zombies here, since you know, in Bedrock Minecraft, for villager biome variants, they don't you can't get them based off of the offspring, or what am I saying? Villager biome variants aren't determined when a villager is born by the variant of their parents. It's determined by the biome that they're in. So the only way to get non-plains villagers in this village is to breed them somewhere else and take them very far away. And you can we started off with quite a few special villagers in here. I wish I could show one off, but I think their numbers have dwindled. There's one. So I at one point I had a number of swamp villagers in here because I like their purple coats and the leaves they wear on their heads. Not this guy because he's a farmer, but yeah, there aren't many left. In fact, the priest of the church, which I can show off now, was a he was a swamp librarian, but sadly he's no longer with us. Here's the church. I built this. This was a build I took a long time to do, but I'm very happy with how it turned out. Especially on the interior. Yeah, see, look, there he is stuck on the shelves. I used shelved blocks on the pews here to make the little hymn books on the edges. Rowan had a ton of cats that the villagers spawned, so she brought them all in here and made them sit. So now it is a Catholic church. Yeah. I use prismarine as a roof. It's one of my favorite roofing blocks. Oh, this is really cool. I wonder if I could show this off. Probably not, because the sun is just now setting. But hold on. So yeah. Oh, the sun's already set. Okay, well, we'll come back to this. Basically, the sun comes through this window, and with vibrant visuals, the light perfectly fills in that space, and it like goes over the priest's pew and it illuminates him. It's quite beautiful, honestly. And I built these doorways to kind of match that. I guess I better sleep because I don't want to do the rest of the tour at nighttime. Yep. Look at all of them. Okay. So beyond this point of the main... Oh, we have the tower. This is a project Rowan started and is still working on. This is the tower from Tangled that she's doing here. You can see her... Whoa! Her long winding spiral staircase. You can see her employment of many mossy stone bricks to add some age to this. And you can see it's still work in progress. Some of the sculpting still needs some work. And you can see she's left quite a few materials up here and everything. It's all work in progress, but eventually it could serve as our throne room to overlook our domain, you know, our manor, if you will, as the lord and lady of this land. Anyway, moving on. I'm pretty sure that's just about everything for our main compound. Got some bamboo growing over there. Trees over there. I'll show this off. There's this really cool cave formation over here that I want to do something with. Look at this. You can keep flying deeper and deeper all the way to Deep Slate. You can keep going. Oh, not this way. One of the ways. Yeah, there's... Oh yeah, you can see. It's quite the cave system. Very interesting. So there's definitely I want to do something. There's definitely something I'm gonna want to do with this. I just have to figure out what it is. That crane, like mining depot build I did, I think would work a lot better here than where I did do it. So yeah, we'll see. All right, moving on. There are, even though this is the total of our main compound, this is definitely not all that we've built around here. So I will show that off. This way. Following the paths. So through the nether portal, we do have a nether hub that I've created. Oh, there's the connection to the villager railroad that leads to the nether portal, by the way. So here is our nether hub. I've got some nether sentinels here. They've got the rib and snout armor trim respectively. I've got some boats, of which I'm actually going to grab one, some various other random stuff, and then these go out into the main nether. But you can see there's some hazards that people would prefer to avoid. Hello? I hate dealing with these guys, but I refuse to wear gold. So anyway, the Nether Hub goes to a few places. I can show them off. I'll start with this because it's the shortest journey. It's actually so short that very oftentimes I don't even use this boat or the ice highway to get to it. I just I fly over because, you know, look, we're already here. But through here, you can see is the stronghold. Here's our end portal. You can see I have this lever to open it up over here, and then I placed amethyst beneath this, so you get that beautiful sound while walking on top of it. I've also got all the trail ruin armor trims here. These are, let's see, this one is Wayfinder. Yep, I believe this one's Razor. This one is Shaper. So then this one is oh no, this is Razor. So what's this one? Okay, this one's Host. Yeah, so these are all the ones you get from Archaeology. I didn't want to. I do have all the other armor trims displayed elsewhere, but these guys are kind of basic. They follow a simpler design. I thought they would be nicer over here, and I did them on iron armor, both to save costs. You'll see with the other display, but also like it accentuates the colors, which I really wanted to make a big point of these, like red, green, blue, yellow, like more basic colors. I mean, all the primary ones plus, you know, my favorite color. Over here is a bed to set your spawn before you go into the end if you want to. General storage. A lot of this is just construction materials from when I made this thing. Here is a bubble elevator that goes to the surface if you need it. There's nothing up there, so I'm not going to go up there. It's just a snowy biome. It's with a village. It's not that interesting. Down here is access to the rest of the stronghold, and you can see I kind of destroyed the portal room and everything. Like it's gone now. Random junk in there. Yeah, and I'll show off the end, just so I can respawn closer. Oh, I thought I could get it while closing it. It's fine. But I'll show it off. There's nothing terribly interesting in there. Or interesting at all, I should say. There is just the basic end island. You know, we built up to the gateway, and you can see where I've carved away at some of the obsidian from these pillars when I've needed it. But yeah, basic end island. Pretty basic. Going back, you can see the other areas of the end hub. Maybe I should have gone back through the hub, because I left the boat there, and I don't even know if this is faster, but whatever. Oh, nice to see the iron farm working. Okay, so if you go down this way in the Nether Hub, these journeys are a lot more long and they take you to different places. This is kind of like, this right here is the longest journey, and I think it is the most interesting, so we're going to start with this. And I will not mention where this goes, but it's not terribly long. So this is definitely, of all the things I've built in this world, this is definitely what I've had the least fun with, is these nether highways. I find it to be very tedious, especially with all the various mobs around, especially ghasts. You kind of have to keep your head on a swivel, not only so they don't knock you, well, knocking you off isn't a big deal because you have a elytra, but just like destroying your progress and like tearing up your road, it's quite frustrating. And I can't even tell if I prefer bridging over open nether or tunneling through it. I don't know which I find preferable, really. But you know, it has to be done. It has to be done, for sure. So, through here is the source of an aforedisplayed aspect of the world. You can probably hear it now if it'll load. Here we go. This is my swamp biome. This is my swamp. This is where my swamp villagers are. You can see this little baby here. Careful, buddy. Careful. Yeah, this was actually, I spent a long time scouting where I wanted the swamp area to be, and I chose here because it's right next to an actual swamp, like a normal swamp, where swamp villagers will spawn. But I got it on the border of a mangrove swamp too, so it's kind of like, you know, 2 swamp for the price of 1, basically. And I also did a lot of terraforming around it. You can see I went to the mangrove biome and I stole a ton of dirt or mud in here. And I have various foliage. You see I'm using the pitcher pods and stuff. And I've got lots of foliage from Farmer's Delight, like these wild potatoes. This is vanilla, actually. That's a cactus flower. I've got these orchids here. These spawn naturally. In swamp biomes, there's the torch flower. Mushrooms. Oh, there's some rice in the water, too. Various stuff. I just want to make it look very alive. In this farming house, you've got a nice wraparound porch. I have this sectioned off because I don't need villagers falling off of it, but there is like a dock over here if you wanted to fish. Going inside, here is the first level, which only happens to have 2 villagers at the moment. I'm working on repopulating, which involves, you know, home is where the heart is, but it involves staying around here for a lot of time, which I don't currently want to do. Going up the stairs, you could see is the second level, which is where more villagers are. And I wanted to make sure these villagers got some nice views, so they can see into the mangrove. They get this wonderful view of the sunset through this window over here at the nether portal. And I brought them a balcony over here too, because the downstairs guys, they get to have outside time on the porch, so you know they get to have a little outside time on the balcony out here too. Looks like they're going to bed. I will say, this house does harbor a dark secret that I'm going to show to you all. It's very exclusive, but I'll show it. If you go over here and flick this lever, I have this here, the villagers won't get in. We have a torture chamber. This guy brought me a significant amount of grief while trying to do this build, and so he is he's paying the price for that for eternity. Not much more to say about that, you know. He'll just be down here forever. So you know, these villagers know not to wrong me. And you can actually see, if you go outside, you go underneath the little porch here, you can see what's going on here through the windows. That's one thing I was very intentional about putting in this build. So yeah, this is hello. This is my source of swamp villagers. It's a little bit, I guess some could argue it's a little bit macabre, but I kind of wanted to capture a certain aesthetic with it, and I think I did. I think it looks very nice. It's like a manor, you know. I definitely made good use of that pale wood, which was pretty easy to collect. Okay, moving forward to the last location on our nether hub, of which there are soon to be more. Actually, I don't have this yet, but I'm wanting to build an area to breed jungle villagers, and I found a very nice area to do it. I scouted out, and it shouldn't be very difficult to connect to the regular highway. If you have a keen eye, you may have... Sorry about that cut there. I ran out of space to continue recording, but we're good now. Anyway, those with a keen eye might actually notice that the way I built this nether highway is quite inefficient, because I had that branch off only to go the same direction as here. I didn't realize until after I finished building that extension that I could have just built it. Sorry about the cut there. Computer problems. I won't go into it. But anyway, this is the final destination. This is the woodland mansion here that I have converted into my little mansion. You can see this is the top floor. I knocked out all the walls dividing the rooms and just made it one open area. You get very beautiful views of the surrounding Doak Forest, as well as a jungle off in the distance there. And there's some cool things here. I've got lots of ominous banners that I got from pillagers I've killed. Here's the dragon egg for this world on top of a netherite block. I don't think this is the final resting place for it here, but you know, it's it's nice to have. We'll figure it out. Same thing with this throne. I don't think this is the final design. It looks pretty stupid, but you know, I've been working on this for a while. Now in here, in this room, is a project that I've been working on for a long time. Very proud of it. This is my armor stand, or my armor trim collection, all in different armor stands. I've got them labeled here too. I've got Coast, which you find in shipwrecks. Dune, which you find from sandstone. Ward is from ancient cities, or sandstones, desert temples. What am I talking about? Ward is from ancient cities. Wild is from jungle temples. Vex is from woodland mansions. Tide is a rare drop from, what are they called? Elder Guardians. Bolt is from Trial Chambers. Snout is from Piglin Bastions. Spires from End Cities. Rib is from Nether Fortresses. Sentry is from Pillager Outposts. And Flow is the rare one from what are they called? Trial Chambers. And then right here I've got my biggest flex of all. Silence, of course. Rowan found it in Ancient City, so she had to get the credit there. She told me, but this is a very, very rare armor trim, and I've got netherite on netherite just to kind of flex it. The only one I don't have in here is which is from Strongholds, which I lost the one that we got from my Stronghold. But I mean, yeah, I don't want to go to a new one, but yeah, look, I mean, this is it. Down here, that staircase was my own addition. I made this, but I have this little balcony to look over the second floor. And kind of the plan here, once I get around to it, is I walled off all these big doors here to these rooms and made them smaller doors. And what's going to happen is these are going to be little villager apartments, right? And they're going to live in here. I'm going to build, or maybe Rowan will, we're going to have cute little areas for them. And I'm going to put all their workstations over here. So they're going to congregate in this common area, and I can go, like, address my subjects. And at night, they're all going to go back to sleep in their own little apartments. It's going to be quite cute. It'll be like a benevolent mansion lifestyle. I kind of imagine it like that one town in Alaska that's all inside one building. That's kind of what I'm going for, you know. So yeah, that's the last thing on my world tour. I guess we get to watch the sunrise over my beautiful Doak Forest here. Thank you for watching. If any of you got this far, I don't think anyone finished this. This video is like an hour long. There's no way. But even so, I gotta say it. Thank you for watching. This is something I want to do for a while, so I'm glad I finally got to do it. All right.